I have a problem. Yeah, you haven't made any restoration videos in a while. Yeah, I know, but my brake lights don't work. And I know what the problem is, because I've done it twice before. It's this hazard switch. It controls the hazard lights, obviously, the turn signals, and the main brake lights are run through this. So when your brake lights don't work, or your turn signals for that matter, it is in this switch, and I'm going to show you how to replace it. All right, close up. Here's the hazard switch. This is common to a lot of GM vehicles of this era, not just Chevy Impalas, but the Monte Carlo, Grand Ams, Oldsmobiles, I think some pickups, some other SUVs. It may have a different design, but the switch inside is all designed very similar. Now, in the book and everything, it tells, and the first time I did it, I took the dash out so I could get this apart. I've also seen and read that you can just do this by taking the, without taking the dash out, by pulling this little, the button out, and you can get the button out. But I lucked out, and if you pinch these two little clips, and you can see it on your new switch on the side here, if you stick your screwdrivers in there, you just need to push those in, you can pull the whole thing out. If you just get the button off, then you take a needle nose pliers and you're going to pull on this part. Now, I'm going to pull the wiring harness back through, and of course, the other thing about not taking the dash out is this is easier, but also after 20-something years, these clips and you can break, and then putting the dash back in, you might have some rattles and things. I didn't, because the first two times, the car wasn't that old. So, you can just unclip the connector, but don't let it go back in there. And honestly, I didn't watch that too closely, but we have our new switch here. I think I used a Dorman last time. This is a different brand, but really doesn't matter. And just clip it back in and push it back in. Whoop. And actually, you might want to check everything out, but there we go. Hear that? That's working. Let me step on the brakes. Yep. Brake lights are working. Looking behind me. And we're ready to just push it back in, and then those clips will engage, and you're going to be all done. There we go. There we go. Simple as that. Now, let's open up this old switch and see what the problem was. Well, here it is on the workbench, and these are not really made to come apart when they're manufactured. They're just like pressed together and maybe even glued in some spots. But I wanted to take them apart, see where the failure point is on there. I suspect it's in the contacts and such, because they probably get corroded, because how many people actually press this button in and use the hazards all that much, and it sits idle, and I think it corrodes in the contacts. And this still uses somewhat like the old style relay. It's electronic. If you want to learn more about turn signal relays, go to Technology Connections. I'll link below, and you'll learn more than you really need to know or would ever need to know about turn signals and how they work. But let's take this thing open. We're going to have to cut it open, so let's do that now. Okay, we got the top off, and you can see a little relay in there. So we're going to have to dig a little deeper, but I think you can see how the button slides. There's a little capacitor in there, and I get a close-up in there, but I think I see the issue. Okay, and this is going to be insanely hard to show here. I can see it with the naked eye, but see that black stuff in there? That's not grease or any kind of lubricant, which I thought when I first saw it in there. that is kind of burning of the contacts in there. And I think that's what the problem is in there. Of course, that capacitor could leak or bulge. That could be a trouble. Of course, in here, that's the relay, and there's little contacts in there. Those are usually pretty reliable, but I think this is the problem. And the last one I took apart had a similar problem. I took this white part off, which that's what we're going to do next, and kind of confirm that. That's what it looks like inside these switches. Now, the designs on other GM vehicles might be a little different, but they all function this way. And everything from the hazards, turn signals, and of course, brake light goes through this. That's why when your brake lights don't work, but the third brake light still does, this is your problem. Okay, we can definitely see right there. There's the corrosion, there's the burning, and if I tip it up here a little bit, you can see that right there. There's the burning of those contacts, and that's must be where the brake lights, you know, the current flows through when you step on the brakes, and then also the current for the turn signals and everything. The other contacts are for the hazards, so obviously they're not going to get as worn out. But because if you slid this switch every once in a while, those contacts probably wouldn't corrode. It probably caused a high resistance, and that's what caused the burning. Anyway, that's about it for this video. I thought this was kind of neat. I thought I'd take it apart and show you what typically fails in here, and then you'll know. But as you saw, it's about a 30-second repair without taking the dash out. So anyway, like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos. Thanks for watching.